First one is become solution oriented, not problem oriented. We as men are problem searching, identifying type machines. Like, it is in our nature to look for what's wrong. And I know this because every time I make a post or shoot a video or record a podcast, I naturally and inevitably have men who reach out and tell me all the things that are wrong with everything that I'm doing. And they do it without proposing any sort of solutions. Guys, it's easy to recognize problems. We're hardwired that way. We have been evolved and created to look for problems. But I'm telling you, if you want to become a man of value, not only should you be identifying the problems, which again comes easy, you should be the one looking for solutions. So don't ever approach your boss or a colleague or a coworker or a relationship or a wife or a child or whoever with a problem without proposing some sort of solution. Now, you're not going to always get it right. Maybe it's not even the best solution. But when you provide solutions to problems that you see, you position yourself as somebody who is indispensable. Somebody others look at and say, man, I want to have John around, or I want to have Steve around, because not only is he not complaining about the things that aren't happening, he is seeing what's not happening, and then he's proposing solutions to be able to implement to overcome these things. That is the most important thing to being valuable. In fact, it is the definition of value, is that you're finding solutions, you're creating solutions, you're working towards solving the problems that you and other people recognize. So if you're in your work environment and you see something that's not working or something that's inefficient, I mean, other people recognize this too. What you're talking about is not unnoticeable. But if you come to your boss or the team leader or a coworker and you say, hey, this is something that I recognize as being wrong, and here's 2 or 3 things that I think we can do to address this problem, man, how refreshing is that going to be to a boss and an employer or a coworker or a team leader? If you have something going on in your relationship and you need to have a conversation with your wife about maybe some things that she said or how she's behaving or how your relationship is going, and you just nag and you bitch and you moan and you gripe and you complain, that is exhausting. And you are extracting value from the relationship when you do that. But on the other hand, if you go into these conversations and say, hey, you know, I notice this is really a problem. We're not getting the quality time, for example, that we need. The way that I propose that we have a solution to this is we don't watch TV. We put the kids down at a decent hour. We sit down and we have dinner as a family, whatever that solution is. Propose the solutions. Add value, add value, add value. And this is how you put yourself in a position where people want you around. You're valuable to have around. You are the guy who always has the opportunities. And then you leave those other guys who just complain about what they see as being wrong in the dust. And by the way, there's nothing wrong with pointing out things that aren't working. You should be doing that too. But always, always, always propose a solution to any grievance that you may ever have. That's number 1.